Incoming message.
Hello everybody, it's Apple Juice teaching again, and today I want to be talking about the Singleton design pattern in Java. Well, this can be applied to any object-oriented programming language, but I will be implementing it in Java. Ha ha ha. Now, the Singleton design idea is basically designed around the idea that you only want to create a single object or let the user only create one instance. Now, if you have a basic public constructor, if you know your basic programming in Java, you can create 1,000,000 instances or objects of that class. If I have a public constructor of this point class, as you can see here, I'm using an example, I can simply say new point A, new point B, new point C, and keep creating 1,000,000 instances. But what if I only wanted to allow the user to create one instance? For instance, let's say I'm running an application, I only want the user to be able to have one of those applications up. Well, this design idea has come about from that kind of thinking. So today I want to show you what it is. As you can see here, I have a basic point class here with a public variable int x and a setX method. I should make this variable private and probably make a getter so I can return it, but I'm okay for now. I'm not going to do that because I want to show this in a later demonstration of my point test class. But I just want to have a variable in the class to showcase the Singleton design idea later. Now let's get to the main huff and puff of the video. So I'm going to start off in the Singleton design idea by making a public constructor instead of a public one, which you may have never even thought of. And this means that I cannot substantiate the class if I'm in another object or class or doing some other code. I must create the object within this class. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to make a private static variable that that can only be accessed within the point class as well. And static means that this variable is available for all of the objects even if it is not instantiated yet. So now that I have this private static object, I want to create another method that's private, that's actually public, so I can access it outside this class. I'm going to have a public static method that returns a point object, and it's going to be called getInstance. And what this is going to check for is that if an point object has been initiated or instantiated or created, it returns that. If it has not, create a new point object. And how this is going to work is it's going to check if the point variable I made is set to null, so it's not created, and if it is, it's going to create a new point object. Oops, meant to press Control Enter there. And then so as you can see, if point equals null, so it's not created, create a new point object, and if it has not been, it will just go over this if statement and return point. So there you go. That is one part of the method. Let me see, have we missed anything else? I do not think so. So now I'm going to show you this method being implemented. As you can see over here, I have a point test class, and I wonder which one I'm supposed to use, but let's try this one. I have a test point class, and what I'm doing here is I'm getting the instance, which the first time I run this will make a point variable that will create a point class that allows me to get the instance, and then I can do whatever I want with it. So if I wanted to set the x, I could, as I did there, and that would be good for that method. And then if I ever wanted to access the point object, I would have to call point.getInstance, and not, because I'm not able to create a new object. For instance, if I did point a equals new point, I wonder what it would say, what error it would give me. the constructor is not visible because it's not visible because I set to private, which I meant to do. So I only can access it through this way. So let's do some testing here. Let me do point.getInstance.x, and so now I'm going to print out the value of x, and we're going to see what it is. Oops, I'm in the wrong class. Let's try this one. The reason because that did not work is because the point test is in an Android class, and I had to copy it to a Java folder to get it to work. So here you go. As you can see, I have the exact same code, and it prints out 12. So back to the Singleton idea. You want to make the constructor private so not anyone can just substantiate a class of that, and you want to have a getInstance method, and this is how anybody who wants to will interact with the one class that's been created. If there is no class substantiated, then it will create one and return it to you, and if there is, it will just return it to you. That's the beauty of the Singleton pattern. So remember that you have to have a static variable of your class within the class, and you have to have a static method that allows you to get the instance. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great day.